try this easy morning routine I do to clear out insulin and control my hormones. You can eat healthy, sleep 8 hours, and still feel awful if you start your morning the wrong way. I learned that the hard way. I used to think breakfast was the only thing that mattered in the morning: eggs, toast, maybe some fruit. But the truth is, how you move, what you see, and even how you breathe in the first 30 minutes can completely change your hormones for the rest of the day. It all goes back to something most folks don't even think about: insulin resistance, the quiet troublemaker behind fatigue, belly weight, and those grumpy moods we blame on age. It wasn't until I felt like I was running on empty by 10 a.m. that I started looking deeper. What I found surprised me. Insulin isn't just about sugar. It's like a switchboard that controls your energy, sleep, cravings, even your mood. And if that switch is off, nothing else feels right. So I changed how I wake up, and thank the Lord I got my spark back. No magic, just a handful of small morning habits that brought balance where I didn't even know I'd lost it. If you've been feeling off lately, tap like and send this to someone who needs a little morning reset. God bless your day. Number 6, natural light first thing. The smell of morning coffee used to be the only thing that got me out of bed. But I'll tell you, stepping outside and letting that early sunlight hit my face, that changed everything. It's like the Lord himself reaching down and saying, "Rise and shine, old friend." I never realized how much I needed that light. Not just for my eyes, but for my hormones, my energy, even my sleep later that night. Turns out, sunlight tells your body it's time to start the day, and in a good way. Funny thing is, for years I checked my phone first thing. Bright screen, cold news, stress right away. But when I swapped that habit for 15 minutes on the porch with my Bible or just birdsong, I noticed something. My head cleared, my mood lifted, and I didn't crave sweets by 10 a.m. anymore. That light helps your brain make dopamine, the get-up-and-go hormone. And let me tell you, that go was long gone until I found it again in the sunlight. My grandson said it best. "Grandpa, you charge up like a solar panel." He's right. Just 15 to 30 minutes of real sunlight helps reset your internal clock, that thing that tells your body when to eat, sleep, and burn energy. When that clock's off, everything gets foggy. You sleep worse, crave junk, and your insulin goes haywire. But step into the light, and it's like hitting the reset button from the inside out. I usually sit on the back steps, coffee in hand, dog at my feet. Sometimes I read a verse or two. Sometimes I just breathe and listen to the world waking up. It's not exercise, it's not a supplement, but it's one of the most powerful things I do for my health. No app, no cost, no fancy science, just good old-fashioned daylight. And it works better than any energy drink I ever tried. Looking back, I thank God for that little shift. I could have kept blaming age or chasing sugar highs or adding naps to fight the fog. But all I needed was to start my day the way our bodies were built to, with the sun in our eyes and gratitude in our hearts. Number 5, gentle movement before breakfast. Back in my working days, I thought movement only counted if it made you sweat. Push-ups, jogs, gym shoes, and all that. But let me tell you something I learned after 60. A simple stroll around the house or a few squats while brushing your teeth can do more for your blood sugar than a full workout, especially in the morning. That's when your muscles act like a sponge, pulling sugar from the blood without needing much insulin. One morning, I was pacing the kitchen, waiting for the kettle to whistle, just back and forth, nothing special. A few days in, I realized I wasn't getting that mid-morning crash anymore. I felt lighter, more awake, and oddly, calmer. That light movement was telling my body, "Hey, no need to panic. We've got this under control." It's a tiny habit, but it signals your system to burn sugar more efficiently. No pills required. A doctor on the radio once said, "Muscles are the engine of your metabolism." That stuck with me. I may not lift weights, but I walk laps from the mailbox to the porch every morning now. Doesn't take long. And I swear, my pants fit better, my mind feels clearer, and those grumpy cravings for toast and jelly, they barely show up anymore. It's like my body got its rhythm back. Sometimes I even march in place while the eggs cook. Silly, I know, but it works. No gym fees, no treadmill. Just stay in motion like our grandparents did, Sweeping, feeding chickens, kneading dough. That natural kind of movement that didn't need a fitness tracker to make sense. Turns out, God wired us to move gently and often, not just hard and fast. There were days I used to dread mornings. Now, I kind of look forward to them. Just a few minutes of easy motion, and I'm more present, more steady. And best of all, I'm working with my body, not against it. That little walk might not look like much, but inside, it's turned the whole engine back on. Number 4, a smarter breakfast. If breakfast is the fuel tank of the day, I was filling mine with the wrong gas for years. Toast with jam, orange juice, maybe some cereal, all sweet, all fast, and all gone before 9 a.m. Then I'd crash, grumpy, hungry, and wondering why I couldn't just push through like I used to. What I didn't know back then is this. That kind of breakfast spikes your insulin and sets the stage for an entire day of crashes and cravings. One morning, I swapped my usual toast for some eggs cooked in butter with half an avocado on the side. No sugar, no juice, just protein and good fat. I was shocked, not just at how full I stayed, but how even my mood felt. No mid-morning fog, no snack attacks, just steady energy, like a campfire instead of match. Turns out, a protein-rich breakfast tells your insulin to calm down, and your brain thanks you with clearer thinking. Back in the old days, folks ate heavy breakfasts because they needed fuel for farm. Bacon, eggs, sometimes even steak and beans. It wasn't fancy, but it kept them going till noon. Now we sip sugary smoothies and wonder why we're dragging by 10. Truth is, your body, especially after 60, needs a slower burn. More protein, more healthy fat, and less of that sneaky sugar hiding in healthy cereals and yogurts. Nowadays, I go with Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Sometimes a little protein shake with almond butter if I'm in a rush. It ain't glamorous, but it works. Keeps my insulin steady and my belly happy. And guess what? That constant bloating I used to blame on age, nearly gone. Just from changing what I put on my plate first thing. Looking back, I'm grateful I made the switch. I don't miss the toast. I don't miss the sugar. And I sure don't miss the way I used to feel by mid-morning. Sometimes the biggest changes come from the simplest meals. And thank the Lord, this one's as easy as it is powerful. Number 3, apple cider vinegar before meals. The first time I tried apple cider vinegar in the morning, I nearly coughed up a lung. That stuff's strong. But once I mixed it with warm water, a little lemon and a dash of cinnamon, it felt more like an old country remedy and less like punishment. What surprised me most, that sour little mix made my hunger settle down, my belly feel lighter, and my cravings fade before lunch ever rolled around. I remember my grandma used to sip something similar before dinner. She said it woke up her stomach. I thought it was just an old habit from the farm. But turns out, vinegar slows how fast sugar hits your blood. That means your insulin stays calm, and your body doesn't go into storage mode right after eating. It's like sending a message to your system. We've got time. No rush. Just digest slowly. These days, I keep a small mason jar ready on the counter. A splash of apple cider vinegar, half a lemon, pinch of cinnamon, and warm water. Stir up and sip it slow. I don't drink it every day, but when I do, especially before carb-heavy meals, I notice a big difference. Less bloating, fewer crashes, and more stable energy. My wife even noticed I don't get that post-lunch slump anymore. If vinegar ain't your thing, no worries. I've tried dandelion tea too, earthy but gentle, and bitter greens like arugula before dinner. They help your liver kick into gear and improve digestion too. Old-fashioned bitters that our ancestors used weren't just for flavor. They were medicine in disguise. Sometimes I think God left us these simple gifts, sour roots, bitter leaves, tangy fruits, to help us slow down and heal naturally. I'll take that little vinegar shot over another pill any day. It's humbling how something so simple can bring back so much balance. Number 2, cold exposure and grounding. I'll be honest. The first time I ended my shower with cold water, I hollered like a teenager in a haunted house. But once I caught my breath and stepped out, I felt something different, like my body had been woken up from the inside. Heart beating steady, mind clear, and that fog that usually lingered after waking, gone in seconds. Cold water, it turns out, isn't torture. It's a wake-up call for your metabolism and hormones. Back when I was a boy, we'd jump into creeks in late spring. Cold as could be. We didn't know it back then, but that kind of exposure activates something called brown fat, which burns regular fat and balances blood sugar. Now, I don't eat a river. I just rinse my face and neck with cold water every morning. It ain't comfortable, but it sure beats starting the day sluggish and half asleep. Another thing I've added, grounding. Sounds fancy, but it's just standing barefoot on the grass out back. No screens, no shoes, just me, the earth, and sometimes a little morning prayer. After about 10 minutes, I feel calmer, more centered. My heart rate slows and my thoughts settle. Scientists say it reduces inflammation and cortisol. I say it reconnects you with the way God made us, close to the soil, the sun, and the silence. Sometimes I combine both. Step outside with wet feet after a cold rinse and just breathe. It's funny how doing something so simple and free can bring more peace than any supplement. And I'll tell you, the days I skip it, I feel it. The aches come back. The brain fog creeps in, and I start craving sweets again by 10 a.m. Now, I ain't trying to be a health guru or anything. I just know that when I treat my mornings with care, cold water, bare feet, and a little stillness, the rest of the day listens better, like tuning a guitar before playing. And Lord knows, these old strings need tuning now and then. Number 1, the supplement that actually helps. I used to be real skeptical about supplements. Felt like every other month someone had a new miracle pill, turmeric this, magnesium that. But when I heard that berberine worked almost like metformin without the side effects, I perked up, especially since I was already feeling the signs of insulin trouble. Stubborn belly weight, cravings, and that wired but tired feeling that never quite let up. At first, I didn't believe it. A plant compound helping with blood sugar? Sounded like snake oil. But after reading a bit more and talking to a nurse friend of mine who swears by it, I gave it a try, just 1 capsule with lunch each day. And I made sure I was also walking more, eating better, and getting my morning light. Within 2 weeks, I noticed I wasn't crashing after meals like before, and my belt didn't feel quite so tight. They say berberine helps your cells use sugar better, so your body doesn't have to pump out more and more insulin. That means more balance and less chaos. But here's the thing most folks miss. Berberine isn't magic on its own. It works best when you're also giving your body the right rhythm, like the morning habits we've been talking about. Otherwise, it's just masking the symptoms, not fixing the root. What I like most, no jittery side effects like I got from other stuff. Just a calm, steady feeling. No wild hunger swings. And that afternoon nap I used to need, don't miss it. I still check in with my doctor, of course, but I thank the Lord for the simple addition that gave me a little more control over how I feel each day. Not every supplement lives up to the hype, but sometimes, when you combine the right one with a bit of movement, sunshine, and smart food choices, you give your body a fighting chance to heal. And after 60, that's all we can ask for. A little more strength, a little less guessing, and a lot more peace in how we start each day. For years, I tried to fix the symptoms. Low energy, poor sleep, sudden weight gain, cravings I couldn't control. But I never thought to ask what was underneath it all. Turns out, insulin resistance was the real driver, the silent conductor messing with every note in my body's orchestra. And once I learned how much my mornings mattered, everything began to change. See, it's not about being perfect or overhauling your whole life overnight. It's about tuning your body gently, like a porch swing finding its rhythm again. A little sunlight, a bit of movement, smarter food, maybe some vinegar, cold water, or bare feet on the earth. Add berberine if it makes sense for you. Simple steps, done consistently, become the new normal. Within 2 weeks, I started noticing the difference. I didn't wake up groggy. I didn't chase snacks before lunch. My belly felt less heavy, my mind more focused. And for the first time in a while, I felt like I was leading my day, not surviving it. That alone gave me hope. The kind of hope you can't buy in a bottle, only earned through care and patience. Now listen, I ain't telling you to skip your doctor or toss your meds. Always check in with your healthcare folks before changing anything big. But I am telling you this. You're not broken, you're just out of rhythm. And mornings, quiet, honest mornings, are your chance to get back in step with how God made your body to work. So if you've been feeling off lately, start small, one habit at a time, one sunrise at a time, and thank the Lord for each morning you get to try again. Take care of yourselves, and God bless y'all.